Hello everybody, today going to have a look at the Canadian dollar in this live streaming broadcast from LCG. Couple of things that happened in the last few days in markets which I think could impact the Canadian dollar, or at least this USD-CAD pair. Oil prices have had a little bit of a rebound, and trade tensions have eased somewhat. So we've got a little bit of a ceasefire because Donald Trump has removed or delayed the possible extension in tariffs, which was meant to start in September. It's been delayed till December, and some of the products that might have been involved in those tariffs have been removed, notably things like smartphones, which is why Apple shares have done particularly well over the last couple of days. So the dollar has been a haven when trade tensions have been flaring up. So if the trade tensions are easing, you would expect the dollar against the Canadian dollar to drop. If oil prices are recovering, where Canada is a big exporter of oil, you would expect the Canadian dollar to gain, and again that dollar CAD pair to come off. So this is our weekly candlestick chart for the dollar CAD pair. As you can see, it's been a rising trend over a fair period of time now, but just looking at this rising trend line, we appear to have broken it after failing to make a new high, and then we've just put in, if we zoom in a bit, this evening star reversal candlestick. Well, shooting star for now, potentially an evening star depending on how this week's candle closes. So a reversal candlestick on the weekly chart. It's at the 133 level, which you can see has acted as a bit of a pivot in the past, and it's around a 50% pullback of this recent decline that we've had. So the potential here, when we drop down to this daily chart, as you can see from these fractals there, we're making higher highs, we're making higher lows, so we're in an uptrend at the moment, but potentially we're starting to potentially here, put in something like, sorry, just modify this a little bit. Potentially a double top in this area around 133 if we haven't already topped out. And then if that is the case, then we'd expect to come down and test these lows. And if we're if we're assuming that this low gets taken out as part of a new downtrend, then the extension of this potential move here would be a drop down to around 128, which is this previous low down here. So two potential scenarios here to look out for. That's really just if the 133 level cannot be taken out on the top side. If we get a weekly close, even a couple of daily closes above 133, it probably negates this scenario that we're looking at here. But the fundamentals in terms of the trade conflict, which is pausing for now it seems, although of course that can change, and any potential bottoming out in the oil price, which of course it may not bottom out, it may continue to decline, which would not be so good for the CAD. One caveat there is that actually the US is a huge exporter of oil these days anyway, so it doesn't play out quite so clearly in this USD CAD pair when you're talking about the oil price. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you very much for watching. Jasper signing out.